Hi, welcome to this very comprehensive Plickers tutorial. Plickers is an awesome app that teachers can use that allows students to give them real-time data without the use of student devices.
We're going to go ahead and get started, and I am going to show you all how to get Plickers on your device. So you're going to go ahead and go into the App Store.
I love Residence Wi-Fi.
Alright, so once you have your question up, you can go ahead and hit scan. And when scan comes up, you will take your device and scan it around the room, and you can then pick up your students' answers depending on how they're holding their answer cards. Once you've scanned all your students, you will hit the check mark and it will bring you back to this screen. As your students answer, the results will pop up on your laptop or your iPad, whatever you're using. If you click the three buttons at the top right corner, if you need to edit your question, you can go ahead and do that. You can remove your question or just cancel. If you go back to the previous screen, you can also go under history, and that can show you some of your previous questions.
Okay, to see the Plickers website, you're going to open up your web browser of choice. Then you're going to type in Plickers. It will be the first website that comes up, and you can click there, and you should have signed up for an account already by now. So sign in is up at the right side. Once you've signed in, you can see the classes that you have created. So far, you will only have one class created, that's the demo class. You can't actually create new classes on your mobile device. So when you're on your laptop or iPad in the actual web browser online, you can go ahead and add new classes. So to do that, you're going to go to classes along the top and add new class. So you could create a class for your French students. You can pick what grade they're in, and then you can also select a subject. So if your subject isn't on there, you can just click other, and a class color helps you organize your classes, and then click create. So now I have my new French class, and I can go ahead and enter my students' names. You can see along the side here that there is actually room for over 60 students, and those cards will be available to each of the students. The last thing to note about the classes is that each time you type in a student and enter their name, whether you use their actual student name or a made-up name that you assign them or that they come up with, the Plickers account assigns the student a number. So in your records, the student will appear by number, but also by name. And the number allows the teacher to have a different set of cards, so one card per student, through which they will answer different multiple choice or true or false questions. The teacher can sort their students by first name, last name, or their card number. And this also allows teachers to print off the different rosters, which has a list of the classes. So once again, to review, the classes can be found in the Classes tab there, and you can add as many classes as you'd like.
We're now going to look at how to create new questions. The first thing you're going to want to do is click on the Library tab at the top of the page, and it will bring you to this screen here. So we're going to go to Add New Question. You can also use Plickers as a way to check in with your students and see how they're doing. For example, you could ask them, today I'm feeling happy, sad, tired, or upset. And since it's an open-ended question, we're not going to check off correct for any of these, and we're going to save and create new. If you only wanted to do one question at a time, you would type in save when you are finished. Your new question will appear in your question library, You can either create folders to organize your questions, or you can individually add them to your different classes. So we're going to go ahead and create a new folder. And then you can add your questions to any of the folders that you have created or any of your classes. So we'll go ahead and add that to tech class. When you create questions, you can create both multiple choice and true and false questions. If you're creating a multiple choice question that only had one correct answer, you would select which answer is the correct answer. When you're in the library, you're also able to view any questions that you have created from a mobile device. If you click on Mobile Uploads, it'll show you all of the questions that you have created from a mobile device. The questions that you create on your laptop will be stored under My Library.
As a teacher, it's important to be able to collect data from the questions that you're asking and use that to inform your teaching later. So to do that, you can access the reports in a few ways. So as you can see, there's only reports available for these bottom two. So this little bar graph down here, the symbol, you can actually click on it to access your reports. It will show you the history of the different classes along here. So if I had used this question in French class as well, the French class option would be there. I've only used it with my tech class, however, so I can click on it there, and it will bring me to this little table here, which shows the answer that my students gave, their card number, and their name. Another way to access the reports is along the top, and you can hit the Report tab. So that will take you to a summary that gives you a very brief summary of the tallies for each of the answers, so you can quickly see them that way. But click on that, it will take you back to the actual specific table that we just saw in the last section. And then you can also view the score sheets. So this is actually a new feature that they just added in the past few days. If you click on it, you can filter your results by either class or date or both. So if I go to tech class and then choose the date, last week, apply, then it will load all my scores that I've done with my tech class for the different questions. So this gives the teacher an easy and quick way to see the answers that the students have given as well as the date, and you can print this off. Another neat factor is that you can see here, even if I haven't added some students to my classes, they can answer questions if they have the question cards, even if their names aren't inputted, and it will still give me the data.
Okay, so after you have been into the reports, we will now look at the cards that your students will be holding to give you the answers to their questions. So, as you can see right here, these are what the cards look like. They all are slightly different in shape. The cards, as you can see, have 4 sides to them, A, B, C, and D. This one is card number 1. The number of the card will show up right here. Whenever your students are answering their question, depending on the letter they want to post as their answer, they will rotate the card so the letter that they want is up at the top. So if this student was answering, their answer would be B. So as a teacher, depending on the amount of students that you will be using Plickers with, you can get different Plickers card sets. Another great feature when it comes to the Plickers card sets is you can get larger cards. The larger cards are great if you are doing your activity in a large room, such as a gymnasium or an auditorium. But it's great too if you have any students that are visually impaired, so they're able to see and interact easier.
Thank you for watching our Plickers tutorial. We hope this helps and that you can use this in a classroom with your students.